Now, in our final segment this morning, Armed Forces Technical and Education College, AFTEC, was initially established by colonial masters during the Second World War as Army Education Service. Now, the Army Education Service was used as a center to teach West African troops basic literacy and numeracy to bridge the communication gap at the war front. During the restructuring phase of ARSLAF after the 11 Years' War in Sierra Leone, the AES was renamed Armed Forces Education Center AFTEC, with additional mandates to providing basic education for Sierra Leone soldiers who could not read or write in English, literacy, numeracy, and Beke. It was later extended to WAS. Now, in 2017, senior management of ARSLAF transformed AFTEC to the Armed Forces Technical and Education College, with a mandate to provide technical education for soldiers, their dependents, and the general public to contribute to national development. Now, this morning, to discuss the skills provided and its significance, we've been joined by Major S.S. Kayu, is it Bakir? Yes, Registrar at the Armed Forces Technical and Education College in Sierra Leone. Good morning. It's a pleasure having you.
Good morning.
Good morning, and good morning, listeners.
What I just read is a preamble. Would you agree?
I agree.
So can you tell us more about the AFTEC, the college?
As you've read the preamble, of course, AFTEC was established by senior management in 2017 with a bid to improving on the performance of service personnel while in active service, and at the same time prepare for them for their retirement so that they can easily reintegrate into the civil community, and further to contribute to meaningful economic development of Sierra Leone. We are equally training civilians now. The training is not only meant for soldiers, meant for both civilians, soldiers, our dependents, and the wider community.
Okay, let's go ahead. No, you can continue.
Tell us a bit about the AFTEC and some of its educational courses that it's have.
We are more focused on the technical skills because that is what is we after our findings, that is what is lacking in Sierra Leone, and we are doing engineering courses at certificate and diploma level. And now recently we've written letter to NCTVA for us to expand on our program to advanced diploma, previously known as HND. Now it is called advanced diploma because the certificate, when it is called national, it means it's only limited within Sierra Leone. But when it's called advanced, which means we can compete with other countries within Africa and the world. So we are doing engineering courses such as civil engineering, automobile. We are doing HVAC, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. We are also doing the medical courses such as public health, lab tech, and a lot more courses, hospitality management, and much more courses.
What is the organogramic structure of this college? Who's the head, supposedly?
The college has a council,
okay,
and the head of the college council, the chief of defense staff. Below that, we have the director of studies, who sits at the college secretariat and who supervises the daily activities of the college. And we have the deputy director of studies, the registrar, and other staffs.
Who lectures? Who teaches at the college?
It's a mix. We have both military personnel and civilians. It's a mix of staff.
I would assume you operate under the same tenets as other academic institutions in Sierra Leone. What's the entry requirement for students to this college?
The unique difference here is that we are not tied down to traditional requirements. Because as I told you, we are preparing middle-level manpower. So we have the NCTVA, we have two set of programs. We have the NCTVA programs, which are specific requirements. Like for diploma, you must have 4 hours, For technician certificate, you must have 1 hours, and then you have the basic certificate, which once gone through the basic education in Sierra Leone. We have another program that's referred to as the CBET, the competency-based education and training, which does not require literacy, numeracy, and literacy. As long as you are willing to learn, we can take you through, and that program requires you the skills training in addition to literacy and numeracy, so that at the end of your training, you should be able to prepare basic estimate, You should be able to manage your finance because you have to do entrepreneurship. And in all of these programs, foreign languages will encourage you to do one or two of the foreign languages apart from English language. That is, you must do either French, Chinese, or Arabic, so that you can compete with other skills, expertise outside Sierra Leone.
That's good. So how are they assessed generally? Let's talk about continuous assessment, progress in the course after you would have perhaps absorbed new students into the curricula. How do you grade whether someone has understood what they're being taught or not?
For our programs, we don't have failure.
Okay.
You are either competent or not yet competent. Because the word failure sounds negative in the ears of people or students. Once you tell them that you failed, they think, in fact, I failed in life. So you're either competent in one or two of the competencies. That every task will have a competence. That we have internal assessors and we have external assessors. So the internal assessors during our programs, our practical exercises, they will come and give you tasks, and they will look at how you perform the tasks based on indicators, factors, which we refer to as competencies. So once you are able to hit those competencies, then you'll be certified. We have another program that it's being examined by NCTA, which is the cognitive type. You have to sit to written down exams, and you'll be assessed. You'll be assessed on it.
Who are the primary beneficiaries of the AFTEC? Are these just for soldiers, dependent, or the public?
It's meant for the public, everybody. It's meant for the public.
And what are some of the criteria for one to be able to do any of the programs that you mentioned?
You apply. Currently, applications are open. You can, those in the provinces, you can contact any military location. And see, that's a unique part of us. Once you contact any military location, they will communicate with us. And those in Freetown, they can contact Wilberforce, Armed Forces Technical Education Headquarters or Secretariat. Then the fee or cost of the form we pay into Sierra Leone, into local commercial bank account, not to individual.
In everything, I'm sure there might have been challenges. Has there been any sort of challenges in the implementation of these AFTEC programs?
Of course. Resources.
What are some of them?
Resources.
Okay.
Both finance, material. And that's why to minimize some of those challenges, we're in partnership with meaningful organizations. Currently, we're about to go into partnership with Ministry of Communication, Technology and Innovation, so that it could help us to cushion some of the challenges like the area of internet, because internet aids research. And we're also in partnership with other employer organizations where our students do internship and employment facilitation.
How well have you been able to incorporate, local communities to, grab this opportunity?
That's another unique part of us. In all of our programs, from designing of curriculum, the community is involved. We include employer organizations when we want to design a new program. We want to review our old existing programs. We include employers so that they tell us the market needs, the demand of the community. Because the production that we are doing, because we are producing human labor, the production is meant for the community. So they are always involved.
The area where you're teaching these people is quite fundamental in, as you've said, to bolstering, middle manpower, in the country. But again, you have to understand that times are moving. There's a fourth industrial revolution. We're talking about blockchain technology, ICT, and general technological advancements all over the world. What sort of ways are you incorporating, contemporary cutting-edge technology into how you teach these guys?
It is good you visit our campuses.
Okay.
We have the secretariat at Wilberforce, but we have campuses. The college is not operating alone. It operates together with units, the professional units to the military. Like when you want to do automobile, you go to the Juba, where we have the electrical mechanical engineering unit, you will see modern equipment. And when you want to, if you are doing civil engineering, we will link you up with the Army engineering unit, the engineering regiment unit. You will see modern technologies. And as I said, we are also in partnership with other civil institutions other employer organizations that are having modern technology, like how do you call it, the road construction companies, the mining companies, and even our courses are structured towards the employers. So we are using modern technology.
Now, let's discuss impact, and far-reaching consequences. Now, how many years have this college existed for, roughly?
Since 2017.
2017. Now, I assume you have a lot of graduates now out there who are doing marvelous job. What's the impact so far? How would you, if you are indeed to assess the impact of this college in the country nationalistically, how much percentage would you give to it?
It could be 95%. The reason is another unique part. What we do on admission, we create WhatsApp groups, we create forums for students, wherein the student interface with the administration, so we know their challenges through the WhatsApp. And then on graduation, we also create WhatsApp forum for graduates. So we monitor, we track their performance out there. And we also, because once you get job, for instance, you say, I've got job with AYV, from time to time, we monitor. We link up with the administration of AYV to see the performance of our graduates. So it is, in fact, on that grounds that when we apply for expansion of our program to HND, with very little challenge, we've almost been approved. We are just awaiting the report, but the assessors were impressed.
Two things. One has to do with the flexibility of this, because I'm sure that most of the people that are students in this university or college might be working as well. How flexible is it? And in terms of affordability, how affordable is this?
It is very, very much cost effective, very, very much reasonable. In fact, like the stipend, I could call it, the little amount that they pay, because Sierra Leoneans or the human being, if you make it free, people will not take it seriously. So you have to pay some amount. That shows your commitment. And that's why, because of the little amount they are paying and we want to meet running cost, we do right project. We are in partnership with the National Aid Commission. So whatever proceeds we get from National Aid Commission is used to running of the college. We also implemented, 2021-22, implemented a project for the World Bank, in collaboration with the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education through the Skills Development Fund project. So with the Leone project, the little fees that are paid by students is just for them to be committed, so that they could take responsibility. They should know that whatever they are learning, whatever the opportunity they've got, they could make use of it.
And what about the flexibility of it?
It's flexible because we have programs that runs in the morning. For the working class, you tell us your timings most times, and we'll discuss in such a way that will meet your timeline, because we have working class too. Because the programs is meant for both unemployed and underemployed. We have people that are underemployed. So the course will run in such a way that it will not affect whatever job that you are doing.
Let's discuss opportunities. Now, increasingly, the job market is shrinking by day, It's a constant uphill battle to get a job in Sierra Leone, and it is even becoming worse, as day and night progress. The question I want to ask is, what sort of opportunities are available for these graduates after they would have undergone, their course successfully? Are there placements within the army for them, or even elsewhere in the country, that you help them with?
The courses that we run are meant for individuals to create either to create their own job on graduation, or you're employed. We have very good number, according to my record, that they've created jobs on their own. Like if you do heating, ventilation, air conditioning, you don't need to wait for employment. Just get basic tools. You start to service ACs, freezers. You serve the community. You don't need to wait for a job. However, other employer organizations like the military, who've been employing them, like last year, the last recruitment, the military recruited 43 of those that you train. It was on competitive basis. We did not recruit them because they were trained by the AFTEC, but they went in for, it was an open competition where graduates from other institutions applied, and they were all given the same opportunity, of which 43 of our graduates went through, successfully went through. Today they are with those professional units, and they are performing well.
The causes outlined are very skillful and critical, if I may put it that way. How do the institution go about, enhancing the capacities of these lecturers in order to have a good result? Because you say, for example, for someone that's doing ear ventilations and things like that, I mean, these are practical jobs that people take out of the classroom. How do you capacitate the lecturers enough to ensure that they put out a good result?
We do conduct our in-service training for them, in-service training on holidays and sometimes even during the course of programs. We partner with professional institutions. So those professional institutions most times are contacted. They know the recent, the modern technology and modern skills that are required in job market. So those professional institutions guide us. Like we have the president of heating, ventilation, air conditioning, we have president of the engineering, profession. We contact them and they guide us and they provide in-service training for our lecturers.
Let's briefly discuss gender inclusivity. It's a major concern now across all institutions in Sierra Leone. There is a quota for women, in all institutions. How do you balance this?
We do consider gender in our staffing.
Not recruitment?
The recruitment too. In fact, currently we have specific program just for female, which is sponsored by the National Aid Commission. We have 80. We have standing memorandum of understanding with National Aid Commission, of which we are to train 80 young ladies every 6 months. We'll train the first batch. And those that were sent on employment facilitation, like 7 were sent at APF, that works with the road authority. Out of the 75 were employed after their stay. They were employed, they are given permanent jobs. So we are currently training the second batch of the 80 young ladies. So I'm sure after which more ladies, because their program is purely meant for young ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Another question I'd like to ask. I know one will say this is a military zone and things like that. Do you incorporate any sort of military programs in this?
It's ethics, discipline.
Okay.
So, because military don't joke with discipline. That's what we always tell them. That's why when we allow our students in their institutions, it's be very difficult for you to leave them because they will always go there with discipline that they must have acquired from AFTEC. If your timings is 9, you have to be here at 9. You must ensure that you are there at least 10 to 9. So the aspect of discipline, which is required by the army, and ethics, because the other ethics is very important. Ethics means you must do the right thing, right? You must be honest. You must be straightforward. Those ethical components is instilled in our students.
This college is a strictly, regimentally originated college. So I wanted to ask, now that you are absorbing other people, as in civilians, into your college, does that create a problem between military or army men and women and those who are just coming in from the general public?
It is bringing the military to the community.
Okay.
It is helping to bring the military into the community. You see that when you sit in class with military personnel, but they don't wear uniform, because if you are there as a student, you are a soldier, you don't go there with your uniform. You wear the civil dress, which we refer to as a mufti, right? So you sit in class with military personnel, you play in common. So it has helped to come with the soldiers closer to the civil community.
Let's come back to our guest in the studio, Major SS Makiu. What is your vision for AFTEC? I mean, your future vision for AFTEC in terms of the changes that you like to see?
My vision is to one day see where AFTEC will become a university on their own, technical university.
Are there any sort of plans of collaboration with any other partners in ensuring that there is much capacity being given to this university?
Of course, I told you earlier on that we are operating, we are partnering with stakeholder institutions like the Tertiary Education Commission, the NCTVA. We are about to go into partnership with the Ministry of Communication, Technology and Innovation. We are in partnership with the Mitimaga Technical University because they've been in the game for a very long time, so they are mentoring us. And we are also in partnership with other employers.
Okay. Quickly, before you leave us, I would like to take some few messages from our Facebook viewers. And Abu Rashid is asking, does AFTEC offers plumbing and electrical installations? And also, Mosdi says, do you incorporate any kind of military training into this program? The reason being is to establish discipline, which we all know are sometimes lacking in our workforce. And Abubakar should say, I like that statement, competent and not yet competent. I think that approach is great. That will give the learners more room for improvement. And lastly, Sylvester Edwin is asking, he's saying, AFTEC is doing a great job, continue that job. So there are just two questions, I'm sure one of which you've answered already, but again to reiterate, with regards to kind of programs or military trainings, and also does AFTEC offer any plumbing and electrical installation?
Yes, plumbing, electrical, those are all part component of civil engineering. So we do plumbing, electrical installations, we do painting, we do vehicle body work, everything under civil engineering and everything under automobile, mechanical engineering, we do them.
Okay.
And the aspect of military discipline, military training is, of course, discipline and ethics, as I told you.
Well, do you have any more questions?
Yes. Will the curricula be changing anytime soon, as in advancing in courses that you'll incorporate?
We review our curriculum. We review it. The needs of the end users, that's the consumers, right? It keep on changing. It's dynamic. The environment organizational environment has become dynamic. So we do review often, almost every 3 years. We review our curriculum. Sometimes, as they need, maybe we review in order ensuring that we meet the needs of the end users.
There's a phrase, all work and no play makes Jack a very, very dull and grumpy boy. Do you have things like sports activities, Thanksgiving ceremonies that you hold or organize in this college?
The good aspect on every Friday, we encourage our students and the staff on morning run, morning exercise, so that keeps them fit.
I can bet on that. It's a military college, so what do you expect? Indeed, they are being kept fit. Finally, for me, I think I would like to ask about your numerical strength. How many students do you have in this college in totality?
Of course, we've graduated over 2,000. Currently, we have in training year 1 and the diploma 1, diploma 2. We have over 500.
500 students.
Over 500, yes.
The institution.
Yes.
Oh, that's phenomenal. Well, I don't know if Marina has anything else to ask.
Yes. Lastly, is there any information you'd like to share with our audience, basically in terms of enrollment or how they can best reach, the university?
Of course, I want the audience to know that entry into the Armed Forces Technical Education College is currently open, and you can contact the registry at Wilberforce Armed Forces Technical Education College. You drop at Connex, you ask for the college, somebody will direct you there. We have staff in the registry that will attend to you. Payment of fees or application forms are paid directly into bank, Roque Commercial Bank. We have the outlet there, so no money should be paid to individual. And the applications are currently open. If you're in the provinces, you could contact any military location. Once you express, you tell them that you want to go to AFTEC, they will ensure that is communicated to us, and they will help you with the form, and that money will be paid. From cost of the form will be paid into the AFTEC account. So currently, applications are opened, and irrespective of your educational level, whether you are literate or illiterate, we are targeting everybody in Sierra Leone. Go there and get your own part of the training.
All right, Major SS McHugh, Registrar Armed Forces Technical and Education College, AFTEC. I want to thank you very much indeed for being here this morning.
Yeah, thank you too.
Indeed, it's a pleasure having you.
Thanks for being here. Thanks.